Paul Pogba is the big name at the top of the list of the Manchester United stars who will be allowed to leave Old Trafford this summer by Jose Mourinho if a buyer can be found. He has already been shipped out of Old Trafford once, and after an £89 million return in 2016 it would be a huge shock if he was allowed to leave just 2 seasons later. Here, Sportsmail looks at the prospects for Pogba and the other players set to be sold by Mourinho as he tries to close the gap on new Premier League champions Manchester City and his old rival Pep Guardiola. Paul Pogba, United's £89 million record signing, has failed to live up to expectations since returning to Old Trafford from Juventus in the summer of 2016. Pogba wants a free role in midfield and Mourinho wants a more disciplined player he can rely on, like Nemanja Matic and Scott McTominay. It has been an awkward fit from the start. The cracks in the relationship have become more evident in their second year at United, with Mourinho less inclined to defend Pogba's ineffective performances. The Frenchman has been in and out of the team since the two men clashed publicly at Tottenham in January. Guardiola claims City were offered Pogba in the transfer window, and the player's agent Mino Raiola is known to have been testing the market for some time. Real Madrid lost out to United in the battle to sign Pogba 2 years ago and would be one of only a handful of clubs around Europe able to pay his transfer fee and wages. Mourinho must also convince Ed Woodward to sanction Pogba's departure. The United chief would not want to lose another marquee signing so quickly, having seen big names like Angel Di Maria and Radamel Falcao flop at Old Trafford. Likelihood of leaving 3/5 Anthony Martial says much about Pogba's dismal form for United that most fans would be more upset to see his French compatriot Martial exit Old Trafford this summer. The 22-year-old forward found himself on the bench again when he replaced Pogba against West Brom on Sunday, having made just 16 starts in the Premier League this season. A highlight of Louis van Gaal's second season at Old Trafford, Martial has struggled to win over Mourinho after being forced to play on the wing by the arrival of Zlatan Ibrahimovic and the Romelu Lukaku. The manager has grown frustrated with the former Monaco player's attitude and application. Bayern Munich could move for Martial as they look to replace Franck Ribéry and Arjen Robben. Paris Saint-Germain are another possibility, but there will be no shortage of clubs willing to sign him in the summer. Likelihood of leaving 3/5 Matteo Darmian. Given that Darmian has played just 1 minute in the Premier League this year, it's safe to assume his 3-year stay at United is coming to an end. The former Torino defender, whose only other appearance in 2018 came in the FA Cup at Yeovil, has been heavily linked with a return to Turin with Juventus. Either way, he won't be staying around much longer. Signed by Van Gaal, the versatile Darmian has drifted out of the first-team picture under Mourinho, who prefers to use Antonio Valencia at right-back and Ashley Young on the left, while Darmian is way down the pecking order of alternatives. Likelihood of leaving 5/5 Daily Blind. Another versatile Van Gaal signing whose time looks to be up as Mourinho rings the changes in the summer. Blind's playing time this year has been severely limited by an ankle injury. He has played 3 minutes in the Premier League as a substitute against Everton on New Year's Day, and has not been seen since the FA Cup win over Derby 4 days later. The 28-year-old has been a useful signing for United with his ability to play at left back, central defence and midfield, but lack of pace has been a problem. Blind is likely to leave Old Trafford with Roma showing an interest. Likelihood of leaving 5/5 Luke Shaw. Left-back's future at United seems to have been a source of constant speculation since Mourinho took over. The United boss is unconvinced by Shaw's defensive capabilities and frustrated by his attitude. The player, on the other hand, believes he has done all he can to win Mourinho over and feels that he has been unfairly singled out for criticism on occasions. He has not started a Premier League game since early February. Ideally, Mourinho wants to sell Shaw this summer, although he may struggle to convince his employers that it's the right move. Shaw may decide to stay into the final year of his contract to increase his bargaining power as a free agent and also to see if Mourinho goes first. If the 22-year-old leaves Old Trafford, Chelsea have made it clear that they would be in the market to sign him, and there is also likely to be interest from Manchester City, Tottenham, Arsenal, and Everton. Likelihood of leaving 3/5 Marwan Fellaini is one name Mourinho may have reluctantly added to the list. Fellaini may not be hugely popular among United fans, but the manager values his work ethic, discipline and versatility in the team. However, the United hierarchy are only prepared to offer the big Belgian midfielder a short-term extension to his contract, which runs out in June. They are also reluctant to give Fellaini a pay rise given that he was able to negotiate very good personal terms when he arrived in the summer of 2013 as David Moyes' only signing in a difficult transfer window for an inflated price of £27 million. Turkey, and Besiktas in particular, remain Fellaini's most likely destination, but there has also been contact with PSG, Monaco and several clubs in England. Given Mourinho's fondness for the player, a late Improved offer from United is not out of the question. Likelihood of leaving, 4/5.